Yes guys, welcome to a brand new live stream. My name is Conan and today I'm going to explain to you exactly how this one habit, this one small little habit saved me 10 hours a week and got me shredded. And that is meal prep. And I'm going to tell you exactly why meal prep delivery actually saves you money and makes fat loss a whole lot easier. Now this is something that I only got into as of recently, only a couple months ago, maybe like a year ago or something, because I've always been a firm believer that you should always cook your own meals. You should always have home cooked meals. And if it's not a home cooked meal, then you don't know how many calories it has. You don't know how many macros it has. You don't know, you're not in full control essentially, right? But one thing that I started to realize for myself as I just got busier and busier with my own business, with my personal life, with my relationships, just with everything else going on in my life, that I had less and less and less time to allocate towards cooking my meals, grocery shopping, doing all these things, like prepping the meals, like doing all these things. And I'm gonna break down in today's live stream and live call how using math has actually saved me a ton of time and also a ton of money as well, which I think is such a big misconception of like a meal prep delivery company. Like a lot of people view meal prep as like this premium thing that only like really rich people can do, or that it never makes sense for you to do it, because why do that when you can just go to the grocery store on your own, or if you can just make your own meals at home, right? And don't get me wrong, I still do that from time to time, but once you kind of realize how much time and effort actually goes into it, and then also just knowing what the opportunity cost is, because once you identify, for most people listening to this, I assume you're going to have a job and hopefully you kind of know what your hourly rate is. And especially as an entrepreneur, like your time is extremely valuable. Now, you don't have to be an entrepreneur in order for this to make sense. You can literally have a regular job, a regular 9 to 5. You can work at McDonald's. You can work anywhere basically, but once you identify what your weekly, or not weekly, but hourly rate is in terms of how much money you make per hour, you can start to make a lot better decisions overall, that can either take time away from your plate or actually add more time to your plate. Because if you know, roughly speaking, that okay, I make X amount per hour, does it make sense for me to use this hour towards a task that makes me less than that, right? And once you identify that for yourself, and once you know that for yourself, you can actually make better decisions, not just for your own health and fitness, but just in life in general, right? And now, of course, there's a time and place when you just do things and you don't really need to be super productive all the time. But big picture here, I'm going to explain to you guys exactly why it makes most sense for a lot of you guys to actually start incorporating more meal prep delivery services into your daily diets, into your eating habits, as opposed to just cooking your own meals. So I think a lot of you guys think that meal prep, like I said, is just too expensive, right? But when you actually break down the numbers, it actually saves you hundreds of dollars per month, which is crazy. Who doesn't want to save an extra couple hundred bucks a month? I sure do, right? And especially if it's going to help me get me to my health and fitness goals a lot easier and a lot quicker. And also, you're going to gain way more time than you realize. Now, by the end of this live stream, I'll show you exactly how meal prep delivery not only saves you money, but also helps you stay lean, focused, and also a lot more consistent. There's so many small little underrated things that also go alongside this, and especially if you're a busy man with a demanding job and or a family as well. So the 3 things we'll cover is, number 1, the math behind how much you're actually wasting eating out. Number 2, how meal prep saves time, money, and mental energy. And thirdly, real life examples from clients who travel, work long hours, and still hit their goals. So the people inside of our online coaching program, I'm going to show 3 specific examples of how they are able to utilize this while still getting into tip-top shape. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So section number 1, why meal prep is cheaper than you think. Example 1, eating out daily. Let's say you eat out daily and you have a lunch, coffee, and some snacks. That is easily $25, if not $30 a day, right? If you multiply that by 5 work days, that is $150 per week, which is $600 a month if you do the math, right? And that's just lunch alone, not even dinner or weekends included. and now let's say you add Uber Eats or dining out 2 to 3 times a night, that is another 200 to 300 calories a month, and the total for the entire month is $800 to $900, just right there, eating out, right? Now the second example, right? Let's say you don't eat out as much, but you do grocery shopping, right? But now let's actually identify the costs and the wasted time of doing that. Let's say groceries, you spend around $150 to $200 a week on that. That's around $600 to $800 a month on groceries. Plus, and this is something that a lot of people don't even take into consideration, but the 1 to 2 hours a week shopping, right? Like driving to the grocery store, finding parking, getting into the grocery store, going in between the aisles, having your grocery shopping list, running your grocery shopping list, knowing what to get, getting distracted by the other food, right? And then having to bring all that food back home, and then having to cook it, prep it, clean it, store it, right? That is another easy 30 to 40 hours a month gone, just of like you going to the grocery store, you getting the groceries, you standing in line, you driving there and back, you prepping everything, you cleaning everything, you just doing all of it together. 30 to 40 hours a month. That is one full work week lost every single month just to feeding yourself. And once I kind of like understood the hours behind it and just the stats and the cost behind it, it just literally made zero sense for me to like literally go grocery shopping. Because like I said, if you know your hourly rate and you know exactly that, okay, this is my hourly rate, does it really make sense for me to do this tedious, stupid, lack for a better term, task of doing the entire grocery shopping experience when I can just do something else, right? So that leads me on to example number 3, meal prep delivery. Companies like Icon Meals, which, yeah, I do currently work with a meal prep delivery company. I've actually been using these meals specifically for the past couple months now. I would never really showcase this much on social media because I first and foremost want to make sure that I use it, right? And then secondly, if I actually see a benefit in other people using it, because I never want to push anything to anyone, especially our clients, if I don't think it makes sense for them, right? But I've been using them for months now, and it just makes more and more and more sense to just continue on using them. So I order my meals every single week from them. You can order either actual meals that give you like the full calorie and macronutrient breakdown, which is so handy because like it literally tells you like exactly what it is. It tells you the exact ingredients, which is also great, especially if you're like allergic to something or you just want to be cautious of the ingredients, right? None of these are cooked in like seed oils or if you're like into any of that stuff. And then also more importantly, for me at least, it also tells you the calories it has, the macronutrients, including the protein, carbs, and fats. And so by knowing this, right, and you can even like scan this on the barcode scanner here, plug it into my FitnessPal app, which is a calorie tracking app that I use personally alongside all of our other clients, and you can exactly plug it in, track it into the app, and like there you go, like super easy, and you can very easily fit it within your calories and your macros for the day. And what's so cool about most meal prep delivery companies, not just Icon Meals, but most of them nowadays, is that you can literally pick and choose whatever meals you want to get, right, based on obviously the taste you like, the types of food you like, but then also the macronutrients that you have. Like for example, if you're bulking right now and you just have a lot more room and flexibility to add more calories and macros to your day-to-day diet, you can pick a higher calorie meal, for example, right? Whereas if you're cutting and you don't have as many calories and macros to spare, then you can maybe get like a lower calorie food, right? And then also something that I like to do a lot is literally just bulk ordering proteins. So if you're super picky with just your food in general, which I tend to be as well, just simply ordering straight protein from them is super beneficial, because now all you're gonna have to do is just microwave this and then add whatever carbs and fats you want to the meal, right? Let's say you're on a low carb diet, maybe you want just some protein and maybe just some healthy fats next to it. Maybe you want some protein and you want just some veggies next to it. This just allows you to be a lot more flexible with your meals and with your diet by bulk ordering the proteins, whether it's chicken, they also have like fish, they have shrimp, they have steak, they have beef, they have turkey, they have literally any type of protein. And that allows you to, once again, just be a lot more flexible with your diet. So like I said, companies like Icon Meals, like most meals are literally $8 to $12 a meal. which is really affordable. And if you have 2 meals a day times 30 days, that is $720 a month for high quality macro balanced meals. Same or less than eating out, and saves around 30 to 40 hours of your time as well, right? You don't just save money by doing this, you also save time, which arguably is way more important, because hopefully, as we all know, time is money. And yeah, if you're just wasting literally 40 hours a week, I just cannot believe like how the math breaks down. But literally, people are spending 30 to 40 hours a month, which is one full work week on just groceries alone. And that just baffles me, absolutely baffles me. And what's even worse is that used to be me. I used to be that person who would literally just like save every dime, save every nickel to like do the whole grocery shop, do the whole grocery shopping prep, when I in reality could have used that time towards working more, right? And when you work more, guess what you do? You make more money. And with that more money you make, you can order more meal prep. And with the more meal prep you have, the more time you save, right? So it's like almost like this vicious cycle, not this vicious cycle, but it's like this positive feedback loop where the more time you save, the more time you have to work, the more time you have to work, the more money you can make, and the more money you make, you won't even have to think about food for the rest of your life. You can literally like hire a maid one day if you want to, right? So like literally do all this for you. So that is the power of meal prep. You just save so much time. And with the data time, it is really important. Like, don't be lazy here. If you have more free time, don't just sit there and do nothing, because then yes, it is gonna be a waste of time. But with that extra time that you have now, utilize it. Especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you have your own business, like use that extra time that you're now no longer grocery shopping towards working more, working longer hours, doing more calls, doing more meetings, just doing something more productive with your time so that you can make more money, increase your earning capacity, maybe study more, get another degree, get another side job, get another job. Like just do something with it at a time that's actually gonna make sure that it's like a positive ROI for you. Because if you just do the meal prep thing but do nothing with that free time, then it's kind of stupid in my opinion. Like then you might as well go grocery shopping, right? If you're not gonna do anything with that time. But hopefully with it at a time, you will be productive, right? And that's the entire purpose of me making this video. It's just to make you more aware of all the time that you could be saving and also the money you could be saving by simply switching over to a meal prep delivery service, at least for a couple meals, right? So that leads me on to the last thing here. You're paying the same or less, but you're getting your time, energy, and physique back. And now that leads me on to section 2, which is time equals money. You guys have probably heard this so many times before, but time is money. You can always make more money, but you can never get your time back, right? Time is a finite resource that we never get back. Like me talking to you guys right now, like it is October 20th, it is 12:56. I'm never gonna be getting this time back again, right? But I view this time as like time well spent, because I'm obviously providing you guys with value. Hopefully you guys are also getting value out of obviously giving me time by hopefully learning something, by watching my videos, by giving you informative video breakdowns, right, of how to lose body fat, how to save money, right, how to make more money, hopefully, with all these things. So yeah, once again, we cannot get our time back, but we can always make more money. Like people, like they literally print money. Like you can always make more of it, right? So for busy men, time is your most valuable currency. It is your most valuable asset. And if you make, let's say, 6 figures a year, $100,000 a year, your time is worth around $50 an hour. So here's the breakdown. 1 hour grocery shopping plus 1 hour cooking equals 2 hours a day, right? That is 14 hours a week, which equals negative $700 of lost productivity and time value, right? If you're spending 14 hours a week, you're literally losing $700 of lost productivity time or value. Meal prep delivery eliminates all of that. And the result is no grocery lines, no dishes, which is also great, no what should I eat decisions, and no, like that's another thing. Let me touch on that. The whole what should I eat decision fatigue is a real thing. I see so many people wake up every single morning and they just scramble. Like they just like, okay, they wake up, they rush really quickly, they take a quick shower, they brush their teeth, and they go into the closet and like they're faced with their first decision of the day of like, what clothes do I wear? And that should be like not even a decision you should be making. Like, and everyone watching this right now, you should know exactly what's clothes to wear the night before. lay out your gym clothes the night before, lay out your work clothes the night before. You should not be making the decision of figuring out what to wear, what socks to wear, what pants match, what shirts, what jacket to wear first thing in the morning. Because sure, it may seem like a small little thing, but all these small little decisions can add up to decision fatigue, and it can actually like make you less smart throughout the day because you've already utilized almost like your brain power or like your brain points towards the small, stupid, tedious tasks. So I want you to imagine you wake up every single morning and you have $100, or not $100, but 100 brain points that you can utilize towards any decision, whether it's a big decision or a small decision. And now if you start your day figuring out what clothes to wear, what to eat for breakfast, what to eat for lunch, what to do for dinner, if you're just using your brain power towards these small little decisions, which ultimately really shouldn't, like, won't be making a huge difference in your life, really. And if you can just like automate that and systemize that by either, yeah, like I said, having a meal prep delivery service, or at the very very least, knowing somewhat what you're gonna be eating for breakfast, what you're gonna be eating for lunch, what you're gonna be eating for dinner, that'll just save you all this brain power, all the brain points that you can now utilize towards the bigger decisions in your life, like work-related decisions, right? Like, I assume when you're at work, you're going to be making far bigger decisions than figuring out what you're going to be eating for lunch, what to eat for breakfast, what to eat for dinner, what clothes to wear, what socks to wear. Like all these small, stupid little things. But still, making those decisions takes brain points away that you could utilize towards better and bigger decisions, which will have a far bigger ROI. Like, you're not going to look back on this day 10 years from now and say, like, oh, I'm so glad I made the decision of spending 5 hours in my closet figuring out what socks to wear. Like, you're not going to look back on that day. You're going to look back 10 years from now and say, wow, I'm so happy that I systemized all these small little stupid things that I should really not be thinking about, and instead used all of my brain power towards that really big decision that I made at work, which really helped scale the company, or which helped me gain a promotion at work, right? That's how you should be viewing your time and your brain power and your thinking power, right? And so that's the result of simply systemizing and having a meal prep delivery service. No more what should I eat decisions. Like, that should not even be a decision you ever make ever again, right? The decision to figure out what to eat for lunch, breakfast, dinner, snacks should all be eliminated. You should not be thinking about that. All of that should be eliminated, delegated to someone else, or at the very least, just like take 1 or 2 minutes out of your week to do it, to just have everything prepped and planned out for the entire week. All you have to do is just microwave, eat, and move on with the rest of your day. That is how easy it is. I'm gonna eat after this, and all I have to do, microwave this, have an apple, have a couple apples in the fridge, eat that, and then boom, there you go. No time, no mental energy wasted. I just know exactly what to eat, and I can move on with the rest of my day and go back to work or do my workouts, right? So, the mental load. Decision fatigue kills consistency. Like I said, when your meals are ready to go, you remove the number one reason why most men fail, which is lack of structure. And that moves me on to section number 3, which is real life examples. Like I said, I have 3 real life examples of real clients that we've worked with on how this actually benefited their lifestyle and their work. So example number 1, traveling for work. One of my clients, who is a sales manager, travels 3 times per month. Now, before meal prep delivery, he'd eat out 2 to 3 times a day, feeling bloated, low energy, inconsistent. Because obviously when you eat out, it's not gonna be the healthiest meals either. Typically it tends to be fast food too. They tend to obviously like add extra oils, extra butters, extra seasonings, and that can kind of drag you down, right? It's never gonna be the super highest quality of food whenever you're eating out at a restaurant. Now, he travels with prep meals in a cooler or orders delivery straight to his hotel. That's another underrated thing with like most meal prep delivery services. If you travel within the nation, right, let's say within the US, you can literally pick and choose where you can deliver those meals. Like, typically speaking, we would deliver these meals to our home, right? That makes the most amount of sense. But if you know you're gonna be traveling for work, or you're gonna be going on vacation even as well, right? And I tend to travel a lot as well personally. but let's say you are going on like this 1 or 2 week travel trip, instead of you having to worry about like going out to a fast food restaurant or trying to like meal prep and find a grocery store when you're there, simply go to a website like I Call Meals, look at the meals you want to order, and then simply order those meals straight to the hotel you're at, right? This way you can literally just still have your meal prep, still stay on top of your diet, and they'll literally deliver it straight to your hotel. Like, you don't even have to change anything other than change the address you're sending the meals to, and then boom, there you go, problem solved, right? And so with one of my clients, now he travels with prep meals in a cooler, or he delivers the meals, like I said, straight to his hotel. And the result, he dropped 35 pounds and kept energy steady for back-to-back meetings. That is so underrated, right? He gets to eat something really quick in between meetings because he has the meals ready to go, prepped, no cooking necessary, just microwave it really quickly, and boom, there you go. That leads me on to example number 2, working long hours. Another one of my clients works 10-hour shifts as an engineer, right? Before, he was grabbing takeout after work with no energy to cook, and always kind of overeating, because when you're getting takeout, the chance of you overeating on food tends to be a lot higher as well, because like I said, like most of the fast food restaurants, you just added oils, butters, seeds, all these things, and that can definitely add up in calories very, very quickly. Now he eats 2 prep meals plus 1 shake per day. He's lost over 25 pounds in 12 weeks, and he reported feeling laser focused all day, right? You don't get the crashes or the brain fog or the lethargy that you get typically whenever you go out to a fast food restaurant. Like, no one actually, like, let's say you eat McDonald's, like, you're not gonna feel amazing after eating McDonald's. Like, of course not. You'd be lying to yourself, right? And even if you did, imagine how much more better you'd feel if you were to replace that with like an actual meal, like actual real food, right? So if you're currently eating fast food all the time and you feel drained, lethargic, even if you don't, like, you could 2x your energy and therefore your productivity by simply switching from fast food to meal prep, which is also quote unquote fast food, like it's food that you get fast, but it's going to be a lot healthier and a lot cleaner as well. Plus, it'll actually help hit your macros, which will therefore help you hit your goals. I enjoy your post on YouTube. Dude, thank you so much, man. Hopefully you're enjoying the live stream as well. We're going live every single day, pretty much. I'm covering topics on fat loss, mindset, nutrition, exercise, working out. So if you're enjoying these, drop the thumbs up. I would highly appreciate it. And now this is my last example, which is my own routine when I travel. So I'm not sure you guys have following me either through my shorts or just on my Instagram or Snapchat, where I tend to show more of like the behind the scenes of what I do. But I tend to travel quite a bit, right? Whether it's going to events, masterminds, networks, meeting new people, networking, all these things. I travel a lot. So when I'm on the road, like going to Vegas, like I was last week, or I tend to like go to Austin a bit. I'm currently in Houston, Texas. I went to Dubai this past spring. I go to LA quite a bit too. I always order and or bring meal preps for the week. It keeps me consistent when traveling, filming, or I'm on a business call, right? So no matter where I'm at, my meals stay clean and my physique doesn't fall apart. That is so important, so underrated. As you guys can tell, like I stay lean year round, like I have 6-pack abs year round, and I maintain it quite easily. Like I don't really put a lot of effort into like maintaining 6-pack abs. Like of course I exercise, I work out, I have a high step count, I eat healthy, but it's not like I make all these crazy sacrifices or I just like put a lot of time and effort into it. It's like I don't think a whole lot about it, because like I said, with these meal prep delivery companies that are sending me meals that I order from, all I have to do is just microwave it, right? If I'm at a hotel, I order it straight to the hotel, and then boom, I have the meals there. I microwave 2 to 3 a day, and and just carry on with the rest of my day, work more, make more money. It's a win-win situation, right? That leads me on to section number 4, the health benefits beyond the wallet. We obviously talked about how much money you'd save and how much time you'd save, but then we haven't even talked about the actual health benefits, which is also arguably one of the most important parts about meal prep. So, like I said, your meal preps or your meals are portion controlled, so there's no overeating. I know exactly the calories in here. So, for example, here per serving, there's 4 servings in this. For 1 serving, it's 160 calories, 35 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbs, and 2.5 grams of fat, right? No overeating there. The macros are consistent, easier for fat loss, less processed oils, less sodium, better digestion. and also just energy levels stay higher, better workouts, and better focus for work. You feel in control again, right? And what's so cool about this is that you don't really need to like measure anything out or like bring a food scale with you, because everything is like pre-measured and pre-cooked for you, so you don't even have to fuss about measuring things on like a digital food scale. So here's the last section, section 5, the big picture. When you automate your meals, a couple things will start to happen. Number one, you save time to work, to train, to recover, whatever else you want to do, even like spend time with your kids, spend time with your family. Just think about all the added time that you'd save, right? Instead of you going grocery shopping, instead of you cooking meals, instead of you just being in the kitchen all day, imagine what you could be doing with that time instead, right? It's like you could be working more. You could be sleeping more if you want to, I don't know. You could be playing more video games. You could be spending more time with your kids, with your family members, with your wife, with your spouse, with your partner. Just think about the time you'd save by not being in the kitchen, by not being in the grocery store, right? Number one. Number two, money. You save money. You definitely save money by eliminating food waste and then also impulse eating. Number three, you save mental energy by removing decision fatigue. Like I said, that is the biggest thing holding most men back. They just think about all these stupid decisions, and it's something that you don't realize in the moment, but it adds up. All these small little micro decisions add up, which therefore adds to your decision fatigue, and you end up not making as good of a decision down the line, right? If you have, before even going into work, you've made hundreds micro decisions. Once you get to work, without you realizing it, you've already made 100 decisions, which, like I said, aren't huge life-changing decisions or just stupid decisions that you could have very easily automated and systemized, right? It's like the clothes you wear, the socks you wear, the underwear, your clothing, your meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. All these small little things you can just automate and delegate by either having a meal prep delivery service or at the very least just pre-planning it in advance, so that you can go into work, go into your meetings, go into your calls feeling mentally fresh, so you can actually make good decisions and that actually move the needle in the business, right? So the goal isn't to spend less, it is to spend smarter. I would far better spend money on meal prep, something like this, right, than spending more time and probably the same amount of money on groceries, doing grocery shopping every couple of days, right? Meal prep delivery buys back your freedom. Think of it as an investment and not like a liability, right? So here's a quick summary. Stop thinking meal prep is a luxury. Like it should not be viewed as a luxury. It's an investment in your health, your energy, and your productivity. View this as an investment because it 100% is. And if you use this added time, energy, and productivity wisely, it'll 10x, it'll 10x, 20x, 30x, like however productive you can be by doing this, like you'll definitely make your money back. So if you are tired of wasting time cooking or guessing what to eat and want to follow the exact meal system that my clients use to help them drop 30 to 50 pounds while working full-time as well, what you can go ahead and do is book a free fitness consultation call with me down below, where we'll essentially go over your current goals, right? Whether it's muscle gain, fat loss, we'll go over your current struggles. We'll look at exactly what's holding you back right now, the biggest bottleneck, your biggest constraint. And then with that, we'll create a game plan together to help you absolutely crush your goals in the next couple of months. We are very, very close to 2026, and I see so many people just let their foot up the gas now and say, oh, I'll just wait into the new year to actually start, right? And we have Halloween coming up, we have Thanksgiving coming up, we have Christmas coming up, we have, yeah, those are like the main ones, but I would absolutely hate for you to keep on gaining more weight during these festivities, getting another 10, 20, 30 pounds, so that when the new year comes around, you're gonna be in a far worse spot. When in reality, I think it's gonna be far more beneficial for you to dial in now, lock in these habits now, so that before the new year starts, you've already lost 10, 20, 30 pounds. But more importantly, you've actually dialed into habits as well that allows you to just continue on going for the next, hopefully, like rest of your life essentially. But like stop waiting for the perfect moment and just take action now. Like if you are right now 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight and you know you want to change, like the best time was actually yesterday and the second best time is today. Like stop putting it off, start working now, And the best way to do that is obviously by reaching out, schedule a free fitness consultation call with me down below, and we'll essentially go over your goals, go over your current struggles, and create a game plan together to help you absolutely crush them in the next couple of months. If you guys do have any specific questions for me, drop them down below, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.